Hello. Hel Hello. Hel Hello, Randy Rain here. And if something like this bothers you, like real animal pelts, I can understand you might want to skip this video, but I hope to see you in the next one. But these are spring puppets. They are made out of rabbit skin. They have a spring inside of them, and then some stuffing in a head, and then you have, some ears, a tail, eyes. This one is called the Red Fox. Here is the Rocky the Raccoon. This is the most famous one. This one actually has a real raccoon tail, but then rabbit fur here. Now this one is a skunk that I made, and it does not use real fur. So all three of these have something in common. They are all original Magic Masters, except for this one, but it does have the original Magic Master spring. So a long time ago, this company called Magic Masters used to make these, and it used to be just made by some little old women sitting in a little warehouse, taking pelts and then sewing them on a bed spring, putting some stuffing in the head, and putting a tail on them. So I don't know what happened, but at one point they changed springs. Maybe they couldn't get the springs that they had before, and then the new springs weren't as good, and they weren't as long for one thing, and they made the head bigger, which wasn't good. The head needs to be really small. And then eventually they were bought out by Vanishing Ink, I think. But anyway, these are all three have the original Master's spring in them, the good spring. So you can have a little small head. This one was a friend of mine's whose dog chewed it up, and he gave me the spring, so I made this one. This one has lost an eye. He's been beaten too many times. Nothing on this one, but we're down to this one. This is a little junior raccoon. Now I looked online and I could find these at Daytona Magic. They had them. They're like $25. And this one is real fur, except the tail is fake. I like it. It's very good, but I have worn it out, totally worn it out. So I need another one, but I think I'm just going to make mine. And I think I'm going to lose the little fake raccoon tail, because I think I want to make it a little squirrel instead of a raccoon. So I'm going to use this rabbit pelt to make a little squirrel spring puppet. Okay. If you were like me, you would think the seam would be down here. And I can feel something here, but that's just from the taper. Believe it or not, it looks like the seam is at the top. Looking at it from in here, this just feels like lots of hot glue down in there. I don't know what in the world they got going on here. Oh, there's a seam on the bottom too. Oh, there is. So it's made out of strips. That one just broke. Okay, so I don't know why this was made in strips. I know that's how furs are made. They actually cut them up. It's just not a big hide on your back. It's cut up in strips and then re-sewn together for some reason. I think it just lays better or something, I don't know. Or it could just be made from scraps. But whatever the reason, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to reuse this. That's going to go in more. And then I'm going to glue that nose back onto it. Just not yet, but it's going to be in there. I want it here. I'm going to use this white part for the tail. So I will make strips with the tail. Okay, that's over. Maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, here goes nothing. When cutting fur, little tiny cuts is better. At least on fake fur. I've never actually cut real fur, I don't guess. But on fake fur, if you do little tiny cuts, you won't get hair everywhere. Well, you'll still get hair everywhere. It just won't be as bad. And your piece won't look as bad. I'm using a very thick upholstery thread. And I can't believe I got the sewing machine working with this thread the first time. I thought I'd be fiddling with this thing for a while. I'm glad I warned people at the beginning about this, because I gotta admit this is pretty creepy. I'm cutting flesh and sewing it together. I'm pretty sure this is how serial killers start. Come on. Okay, that's the bottom. And rotate. I got fur everywhere. I think that will work. The eyes are very important. This you gotta get right. I don't know how I'm going to get in there. There. There's the left one. There. That one's on. Okay. Give it a haircut here. As for these ears, they were just like folded and sewn like that. And I don't like that. I'm going to change it just a tad. There. I want it like that. That'll stay open better. They have a tendency to close. You can see how much better it looks as soon as the ears get on. I mean, that changes everything. And so they should go probably right behind the eye. If I sewed it in right there. And I'm going to put just a drop of CA glue. For the tail, I'm thinking about using this piece right here and just folding that, and so you get this gray and the brown. Probably somewhere around there. And then here on the old butt, I'm going to do that some more. Let's see. You know, there's also a trick called Judy the Mouse. Same concept, just no spring in it or anything. It's just some stuffed fur. So quick stitching. Now I've got this stuff. This is macrame cord. That's hot. Say there. So it's all done. It came out great. So let me teach you how to do a spring puppet, because I see people doing it bad all the time. And the number one thing, and this goes for all puppets, is to give it a character. Give it a personality. Think about what it's going to be doing. A lot of times I just see people just shake it, and that doesn't look real. It has to have life to it. And now the mechanics of it is simple. Just think of a gun. You got your cocking the gun, firing the gun. You cock the gun, you fire the gun. So if you cock the gun, it looks up. If you fire the gun, it looks down. And you can make it look like it's eating food. And that's one way to do it. Now, I do it that way, but I also change up. I have another method where it's a 3-finger, where these fingers go underneath, the index fingers goes on top. So the thumb and the middle finger are underneath, the index finger is on the top. So to make the head go down, you'd push the index finger forward and the middle and thumb backwards. And if you wanted to make it go up, you would just do the opposite. The thumb and the middle finger go out and the index finger comes up. It also allows you to have the back and forth movement as well. And so you can make it look all around. Then as for the tail, you put the tail between these 2 fingers and you just kind of wiggle them back and forth, and that gives you the tail movement. But another thing I like to do is actually push a little bit onto the butt of the animal with those fingers. That way you can get a little bit of movement out of the body to give it a little bit more realism. And if you want to make it move, you just use those fingers to push it along. It's basically just being pushed, but you have your hand here to guide it. You can also compress the spring with those two fingers and pushing back on the head, and then it'll kind of give it a little jump when you release. You can also give it a little fling with those fingers and make it jump. And then there's all kinds of funny gags you can do with it, and I'll leave you with one here. And that's you take your fingers, go either side of the nose so it looks like it's biting you. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I sure would appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to see more crazy stuff like this, hit the subscribe button. I want to thank these people here. These are patrons. These are people helping me out. I couldn't do any of this stuff without them, and I thank them oh so very, very much. They are the ones that bring these videos to you that I put out every week. Every Saturday I put out a video, and it's all thanks to these people right here. So if you'd like to become a patron and help out, I would be much appreciated. There's also the thanks and the PayPal donation and all that stuff, or you can just keep on watching me do crazy things. I like that too, and I really appreciate it. So there it is. Thank you for watching. You can see I finished the Judy mouse as well, the nose. There's little beady eyes inside there, some ears. And it's the same thing. You know, a lot of flicking with this one, where you just flick it. A lot of making it run. There's some that have a cut in there, so you can stick your thumb in there and make it move. Or you just do it like this. What?